Hi everyone, this is Ingrid. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you some ways on how to make your long distance relationship work. To succeed in a romantic relationship, there are things that we need to do, but there are also things that we need to avoid. Now, our topic will be about the things that you should not do or you should avoid to make your long distance relationship work. And what are these? Okay, let's start. Number one is nagging. Avoid finding faults to your partner for the small things that he has done. So how do you possibly find fault to your partner when you are in a long distance relationship? For example, you sent him a message because that is your usual chatting time and he's off from work. You have sent 2 messages already, but you got no reply from him. So what is the tendency? Yeah, you got mad at him and bombarded him with long, annoying messages. That is the common thing for us girls, right? And by the time he saw your messages, he called you right away and explained why he wasn't able to reply your messages. And that because he was invited by his friends for a birthday party. But instead of listening to him, your ears were closed and just kept scolding him, accusing him of being unfaithful and something else. Then he apologized to you. But instead of you accepting his apology, you decided to prolong your anger. And by the next time you're talking or chatting, you keep bringing up that mistake over and over again. That's what nagging is. And girls, no man, especially the Afam, likes that. So, you better calm down when a situation like that arises. Don't control him if he wanna hang out with his friends or workmates. Because even if you two are in a relationship, he still has the right to enjoy his life. And you as well. You also have the right to enjoy and hang out with your friends. Try to put yourself in his shoe. How would you feel if you control him in that aspect? That would not be fun, right? So be fair to him. Treat him the way you want to be treated. Number 2 is being demanding. You can be a demanding partner if you keep complaining about something, even if he's already been trying his best to please you. And how could you possibly be a demanding partner in a long distance relationship? Say for example, if your partner is an Afam or someone who comes from a Western country, and you have a 12-hour difference, meaning to say your daytime is his nighttime. And he could just barely say, "Hi, how are you?" when he gets home from being exhausted at work. Of course, he sent that message in your morning time when you were busy at work because, as I said, you are in a 12-hour difference. Like let's say your Afam comes from Canada or in the US, and your work is not as tiring as your Afam's work, so you still have time to chat with him after work. But the problem is that's their work time and they're not allowed to use cell phones at work. So you're now starting to make a drama by telling him that he's not giving you enough time. You will make him feel guilty by emphasizing that you're giving him enough time and he doesn't, and that he should also do what you are able to do. Well, it won't always work that way, girls. Don't demand him to do something just for your own convenience. You have to be fair. You have to go in between. So maybe you can set a weekend for a long chat with him when both of you are free. Right? Wouldn't it be nice? Number 3 is being dominant. It's when you want your partner to do whatever you want to do and you don't give him chance to lead your relationship. You're trying to dominate him. And how is it possible? Say for example, your LDR partner works for an 8 to 5 job. So you expect him that by 6 p.m. he should be at home and that he should be ready to have a video chat or video call with you. In short, you are trying to control him on how to use his own time. That he should always be available to chat with whenever you want to, without considering his own reasons. Or like let's say you are already in a planning stage for marriage with your Afam boyfriend. You just ask him to comply all the requirements and you go plan everything else without consulting him, as if he's not involved in that big event. And you only get him involved for the payment or the fees to materialize that dream wedding of yours. Or like let's say your AFAM is already planning to visit you in the Philippines. So get very excited and make a long list of tourist spots you want to visit without considering your partner's opinions if he would like it or not, or he could afford it or not. Now that is not fun for him. Don't be the boss of your relationship. Let your male partner lead it instead, because if you continue being the dominant in your relationship, he might feel like less of a man. Men want to be needed and to be respected, and that is very important for their ego. Your man will greatly appreciate it if you submit to him instead, by letting him lead and ask for his opinions in certain things or plans. Number 4 is avoid asking for money. If you are in a serious relationship, for sure you have already seen your partner as your husband-to-be, right? And because you see him that way, you should also be more concerned now of his future. Because when you get married, his future will also be your future as his wife, right? So if you keep asking money and he keeps sending you hundreds of dollars in your every request, your AFAM will eventually become broke. And I know where this money usually goes. In most cases, the Pinay would spend this to treat his family and friends in fancy restaurants, or have a fancy birthday celebration at home, or maybe buy some expensive clothing or high-end cell phone just to impress other people. If you continue to be like that, do you think it will help your relationship in the future? No, right? You should know that if your husband wants you to bring to his country, he should have enough funds to process the sponsorship, and he should be ready financially as well for your coming. So stop asking money from him. Or if he still sends you money without you asking for it, then save it, just like I did. Save it and spend it only when you're together, like in his visits in the Philippines, or save it for the visa processing. And lastly, number 5 is avoid lying. Whether it is keeping secrets or telling a little white lie, lying destroys one of the fundamental pillars of a healthy relationship, which is trust. And trust is very important in a relationship, especially if you are in an LDR. You should feel worried if you are caught lying by your man for like once or twice, because that would be very off for him. Just imagine if you are in his position and you caught him lying, or you caught him exchanging sweet messages to a woman whom he introduced you as his friend, or like let's say his cousin. How would you feel? Pretty bad, right? For sure, you will lose your trust in him. You will become paranoid and you won't believe him anymore whenever he tells you something, right? That's exactly what he's gonna feel towards you if you lie to him. He would lose his trust on you. He won't believe in your stories anymore. So of course, you'll get offended. You'll feel being disrespected and be upset. And that's when the fight starts. That might eventually drift you apart, which you don't like, of course. So be honest in everything and be a faithful partner. So that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something from this video. And if you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe this channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. Bye!